You found some things here that have been really beneficial for your life. Name one or two of those that would be helpful to anybody listening.
So the first thing is to show up. You have to show up, because sitting around your house plotting and planning doesn't actually get anything done. You have to be in the room. And what I figured is most of the time, and I was guilty of this and a lot of other people, you put too much pressure on yourself because you think when you show up somewhere, you have to be the star and know what to do. But no, just be there, and you can leave. You could just walk in and leave, but at least, just show up, and then these baby steps, and you don't have to know what to do. It's to your advantage to say, I don't know. I don't know how this works, because there's always someone around that would love to share their expertise with you and say, I get to explain how this works to this person. People love that. So instead of, and that kind of goes into the imposter syndrome too, that me and a lot of other people share, that if you say, I need to show up and people are going to be expecting me to know what's going on. No, say, I'm going to show up and say, how does this work? I don't know. And then you're off the hook, and now you're free to actually enjoy the experience, and someone's going to take you under their wing and show you how.
There's a story. I went to sort of coaching seminar thing. We listed our strengths. The group sort of helps you identify one of your top strengths. And I remember feeling sort of humiliated. My top strength is showing up. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have no talent, right? But I've come to realize that this is sort of overlooked. A lot of people don't even show up. Right. And at least I was going out there every day, but showing up is important. So I love that you pointed that out.
It is huge. And I've been invited to events where people have told me the reason why I invite you is because you always show up. They say, I give out invitations and people say, oh, maybe, and then they don't end up showing up. But I was told, I can count on you. If I send you the invite, yeah. I know you'll be there. Yeah. Whether I contribute or not, they at least know that I'll be there.
I love that you described yourself as a normal guy deluxe, right? You got some deluxe features. First of all, people are sort of open with that question, and people answer, hey, I'm just a normal guy, and they sort of, they end up staying on that normal side. And I love that you said deluxe. What made you kind of say that deluxe? It was obviously fun and entertaining, but what is the deluxe part of Nick?
Right. Well, because I look at it like just having just those bonus features, like maybe you have the sunroof, maybe you have leather in the car, and so I feel, very, humble. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I'm also not beneath anyone. And I think of it kind of like, and this might sound strange, but kind of like a Volvo, in that I look at it like elegance without arrogance. So you can have something that functions as nice, but you're not trying to show off. And so I kind of look at myself that way, where I have a healthy self-esteem, but I'm not like trying to peacock,
Sure.
so to speak.
I don't think it comes across that way at all. As a matter of fact, I took it as being sort of really healthy. I think maybe some of the, and not saying anything about the other folks who've been on the show, but when you say, oh, I'm just normal, but I like that. There's some nice features. I just thought I'd ask you about that.
Thank you.
So in your work, your post-retirement work, you retired 49, and a lot of the work you're doing is to help other people. Where did this come from?